everyone. Sorry, it's been a while since I've done a video for you guys. I had a very busy weekend and haven't been diamond painting since Thursday, and I'm was fiending for it, so I started to do it tonight. It is a little bit late doing this video, but I wanted to share with everyone some tools that I do use, and hopefully it can help you guys out on some of the things that you're doing on your projects. So I first wanted to start off with the pens. The pens, first of all, there are many different kinds that you can get. I am waiting for one of the Stabilos, the easy use one, and I'm going to convert that into a pen for easy handling, and I wanted to share what these are as our tools of our trade. Generally in the packages that you get, which when they come like this, that you open. Generally, I've seen pretty much I get these all the time, but just letting you know that you could get any kind of style. This one is a regular pen that doesn't have an end tip, but what's interesting is that these are convertible. You can take one that you receive in a package, and these pieces actually pop out, which is really nice, that you can add to any one of the pens. If you have a pen that you like to use all the time, like me, I generally use this one all the time. If there's a different type of tip that I want to use on the ends, they just come right out, and I can slip it on to the pen that I'm using. But you can get many different styles. Like I said, you can get ones with nothing on the end. You can get ones that have this end, which is considered a 3 diamond end. Or you can get this one, which I believe is 5 diamonds. And you can get this one, which I believe is 6 or 7. I'm not sure. I haven't tried it out yet, but I know that's the biggest one that I've seen so far. And you do get a glue. Generally with the glues that you get with your packages, you can see that there's like a shiny end on one side and the other on both sides, and there's glue in between. And if you just kind of pick up the edge, you can pick up the edge, and then you're able to access the glue. And you could take your pen, and some people I've seen stab, and they can put the glue inside, or they scrape. Either way, that gets glue inside your pen. And what I've seen is that when you fill your pen, you do have a little bit extra. And sometimes what I've done to try to help with each one is, once I get enough glue in there, to keep from having the glue stick to my other diamonds when I'm going through my painting, I'll take one of my throwaways, which, you know, you get a lot of throwaways. If I have one that has at least a whole top on it, what I'll do is I'll stab it, and it'll push the glue off to the side, and I'll take the piece off, and then that'll push the glue further in, but it gives this concave piece inside, so that when I stick the next several ones in there, there's not glue that's left on the top of the diamonds. As you can see, there's some glue left on here. It's a throwaway diamond anyway, so I get rid of this. So just so that you know, that's one way. For the other end, you can take a piece here, and to be able to fill this end of the cartridge, you generally push down and scrape. That's how you do with these. So you push down and you scrape it off, and it puts the glue inside of this piece, and then it leaves a little rent on the side. And then once you put your diamonds in there into your tray, and I'll show you how to do that here in a minute to get them lined up, you then can pick up your diamonds up to a certain set. So let me do that actually here for you right now. I have some diamonds here. What I'll do is I'll put some into the tray, enough to give me like a certain area or at least enough coverage, I'll shake my tray, and that's how you get the diamonds to get into rows. And if you shake it a little bit more, and then if you tilt it and tap a little bit, you can see now the diamonds are lined up, face up, ready to go. And what you do is when you're ready to pick up your diamonds, you take this piece, and as long as you're lined up, you can pick up your diamonds here into a row that's ready to go and be laid down. As you can see, they're already in a line, ready to go, and they're able to be laid down in that row so that you can get a larger amount of diamonds set down rather than going a single at a time. So that's how you process doing multiple diamonds at once. That's what this side is for. But I generally don't use the bigger ones unless I have a bigger project. I'll use the 3 because that seems to be enough. And if you take and you push down, you have 3 diamonds ready to lay in a row, and you just keep filling your tray, shaking it, and then tilting it until they're in a row, lined up, face up, ready to go. And then you can proceed in putting and laying down a lot more diamonds a lot faster than at a single at a time. So that is working with those pens. And I do like working with this particular tray. And speaking of trays, there are multiple kinds of trays that you can get in kits. I've seen these kinds of trays that have the closed in like a boat. I've seen these kinds of trays that have an open end. I'm using this tray because it has an easier way to pour the diamonds out. And then this one even comes even with a larger size, so with your larger projects, you still would shake the tray and then you can empty them out back into your container when you're done. The other thing I was showing you was this is my trash tray that I got in one of my diamond paintings, and whenever I have bad pieces or pieces that are stuck together that I can't pull apart, or holes or half diamonds, this is my discard tray. And like I said, I use it generally to pull, and when I need to refill the end of my pen, I'll take like a junk diamond and I'll use it to prep my single end, so that way I have these available. The other things that you sometimes get, I've seen, are these pen covers that you can use on these particular ones. You just slip it over as a cover, and then it helps with finger and holding and working with. I've seen some other people use this pen, which is a pick-me-up pen. It has a single piece that comes out. It has stuff that's like this Loctite. It's kind of like a sticky tack that's inside of the pen ready to go with a cap. This piece also comes off the end, so you can either poke or push your pieces. I tried using this, but I didn't like the fact that this kept coming undone, and then as you can see, it's really loose, and then you have to tighten it up a little bit, and then when it would tighten, some glue, the sticky tack would come out of the end, and I kept having to clean it off. So I really, it's an okay pen, pick-me-up pen. I've seen a lot of people use it and use it really fast, but it didn't seem to work well for me. So I also watched a couple other how-to videos and saw that you could take a regular pen that you use and write with, and what you do is you take the tip off, which I'll show you in another video. You take the tip off and you cut one of these pens, because you get so many of them, if you get a lot of diamond paintings, of course, and you cut it right here, and then you add it in here, and you add some hot glue, and then you twist it back on, and then you can use it like a regular diamond painting with the single piece on the end. I did like using it, just liked using this one. I keep referring back to this one all the time, only because I get the 3-sided end and the single-sided end, but I've heard of people that take the triple-sided end and they'll take this piece, and what they'll do is they'll put hot glue on this side and then they'll push these in, and then you can use this like this pen as well. So that's a really neat feature. The other thing I was gonna express was about the glue. This is what you normally get with your piece. It's really sticky tacky, it's nice, but it only lasts for a certain period of time, and then it gets very dusty really easily and starts to lose its grip on the diamonds. So I found somebody that had this Loctite and this mounting putty, and it's phenomenal. I rarely have to change my pen. It stays really tacky for a very long time. It's rare when I have to fill it back up. And as you can see, I've only used a small portion of the sticky tack, and I mean, this is gonna last me so long. So, and it was well worth the buy. I got it from Amazon. I'll put a post down below on the video that you can see where I bought this and how much I paid, which I think I only paid like $6, but like I said, it's gonna stay. I'm gonna have it for a very long time because it lasts a really, really, really long time. So I do highly suggest getting something like this. It's really good to use. Another thing I wanted to share was, as you've seen in my other previous video, is getting a ruler. I just went to Goodwill, bought the ruler. It helps with lining up your diamonds on one side or another, so that way when you lay it down, you can lay down a nice clean edge around the bottom and sides of your diamond painting. Another piece that I use often is a roller, and I've said this before, it makes the diamond stick so much better to your diamond painting once you finish a section and you roll it. And once you roll it and it sticks, they don't move around. You can lock down even a couple of pieces that if you don't put them down tight enough or hard enough, that sometimes they're raised above. And once you go over it, they're locking in because you hear them click or lock in. So I do recommend getting a rolling pen. You can get a regular rolling pen for like dough at a Goodwill or the grocery store, but I do highly recommend getting a rolling pen. I've seen that on multiple videos. I use it all the time, and I honestly swear by it. Another thing I wanted to share was, of course, as you saw, I shared this a lot with people. I went to Harbor Freight, which I'll put down below as well. You get a set of 24 containers that you get in a case, and they come like this, and they're really nice to have as far as price. I got a 20% off coupon. They ended up being $4 for this whole set, and I love using them. And they're really easy to change out and change diamonds and pour into when you're done. So that, I do recommend. Now, I did happen to see somebody recommend or suggest going to Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree for $1 has this set. You get 10 containers. I haven't used it yet. I'm excited to use it. They come in square or they come in round. You get 10 whole containers with lids. They're small enough. They carry what you need. I thought this was an amazing buy. 10 of these for $1. That's phenomenal. You can get, buy $6 and you get 60 containers when you're done, when you're all said and done. That's a phenomenal buy compared to going with this. So I'm all about saving money as far as and we're all aware that this is a very inexpensive craft, and we all try to pinch pennies where we can, and I just really recommend these. I'm excited to try to use these. I'll put that and update that in another video so you can see using these containers when I do get a chance on my next diamond painting. So there you go, that's what I have. Oh, and I expressed before the different kinds of containers. Whenever I have other containers too, you know, I'll take a Tic Tac container, which, you know, that works. These whole pieces come out. You can pour your diamonds in, and when you're ready to just use what you need, you know, you just lift up this and you can pour out your diamonds into your container and use those. I also have this other gum container from Mentos that, you know, for a large amount of diamonds, so that way you don't have to open up several packages. You can open up all of your packages all at once, and this is a fairly large container, so you can pretty much fill this up and not have to worry about trying to keep filling a container every time you're trying to set into a new section. So those are some of the tools that I use. I also have my label maker that I use to put the numbers on here, so that way I can remember the numbers, so that when I'm done I can put them into my book, so that way you can see which ones you are using for your next set. So if you're missing diamonds, you can use them on another set. So I got this also from Goodwill for $5. And I've saved my diamonds here so that you can see if ever there's a number that I need to have. If I'm missing 3 10s, I have some 3 10s left from my last project, and I'll just continue to fill this as I go along. So there you go. I'm gonna leave it at that. I will also share a picture of how far I've gotten. I'm actually really excited. I am halfway done on the Moon Geisha, so very excited. I only have the next half to do, and then I'll be done, and love to have you guys share your diamond paintings with me. You can send me a message on Facebook, or if you're interested in seeing me, I'm on a bunch of different groups, and we'll be sharing this video on all the different group pages. Please comment and like and share below on any additional things you'd like to see, or any other comments that you'd like to make on future videos. And thank you again. Have a wonderful night. Enjoy diamond painting. Good night, ladies and gentlemen, of course.